Stars are standing up for what they believe in tonight at the 3rd annual Standup2Cancer telethon.
I support Standup2Cancer because my friend Laura Ziskin started it a few years ago and asked me to be part of it. And we lost her last year, but I think she's put a phenomenal event together. Already $100 million has been raised, awareness has been raised. My dad died of pancreatic cancer in 1981. And almost nothing has changed in terms of research about that disease, that particular disease. So, people live a few years longer, but not much. It's really deadly. So there needs to be more focus on it.
My oldest would be 7 this year, but she passed in 2008 from neuroblastoma.
My friend Lynn Smith is currently battling cancer and kicking its ass, so I'm just standing beside her, keeping her strong.
I stand up for my mother. She was diagnosed with breast cancer 4 years ago, and right now she's still in the fight. She has 1 or 2 more years until remission, so I stand up for my mom.
I want to help them get cured from cancer, and I also want to help me get cured from cancer.
Children's cancer is actually relatively underfunded compared to a lot of adult cancers, and I wonder if a lot of people know that.
I don't think they really do. I think there's this perception that there are certain institutions that have gobs and gobs of money. However, when you look at the grand scheme of things, when you have a child diagnosed with a disease where only maybe 450 or 650, in the case of neuroblastoma, children are diagnosed in the country, it gets to be a much smaller place. And you realize that the trials that are being run across the country are being run across all institutions that are involved in the Children's Oncology Group. And then when you start to see how the research itself is funded, and you start to see that only less than 4% of the NCI's budget is allocated towards children's cancers, it's heartrending. We end up fighting 2 battles. We're fighting for our children's lives, and we're fighting to see, why can't we get more funding? Childhood cancer research is what has broken the ground for adult cancer research. Without childhood cancer research, we wouldn't have chemotherapy. We wouldn't have bone marrow transplants. It's because of the children that are going through these cooperative clinical trials that we have gotten as far as we have today.
I think it's important because this is a disease that's that you've been personally affected, or at least you know someone who has. And this is one thing that, that everyone should be united to put all their resources, energies, and their brain power behind, because nobody wants cancer. It's not like a bipartisanship where I'm a Republican versus Democrat. Everyone can stand up and fight against this cause, and we should put down our differences, unite together, and fight.